Hudson County View, live and uncut. John Arhitis, where what you see is what you get and what you don't is better yet. And we're going to talk the latest and greatest in Hudson County news, of course, as we do every week. So just last week, we saw a lawsuit filed at Hudson County Superior Court and some bold allegations against the Hudson Regional Hospital president and CEO, Dr. Nizer Kafaya. This former ultrasound technician is alleging that they had a sexual relationship for a few months, and when she terminated it, she ended up being fired without cause. So we're going to talk about the allegations in that complaint and what HRH is doing in response to that. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Mile Square City. As you guys know, this is the first contested Board of Education race there in quite a few years. And we have two competing slates and two independents. And we saw just last week, the Leadership That Listens team put out an anti-Trump, an anti-MAGA mailer, whatever you'd like to call it, against the other team that has a Republican campaign manager and a Republican candidate. And we're going to talk about the fallout there and how people are reacting throughout the Mile Square City. We're also going to be talking a little bit about this lawsuit against the Blue Violets Dispensary. We have a group led by an advocate in the city that is claiming that they didn't follow the zoning procedures and protocols. So we're going to talk about what that means and what the implications are in that dispensary. We're also going to talk about the Jersey City budget. Obviously, a lot of residents have expressed dismay about the way this process went and the way that the vote went. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're T-minus 2 weeks from Election Day. So today I am thankful and grateful to be joined by Hudson County Supervisor of Elections, Brittani Bunney. So we're going to talk to her about what's going on with early voting, where people can vote, how they can vote by mail, things along those lines, all that and a little bit more right after we hear a word from our sponsors.
15 seconds to the plus, putting 6 on the clock.
Commercial.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, certified parts and service located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Hudson County View, live and uncut. John Arhitis, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Today I'm joined with Hudson County Supervisor of Elections, Brittani Bunney. Brittani, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Very welcome.
On behalf of Clerk Junior Maldonado, who could not be here today, thank you for inviting us and for the opportunity to speak to Hudson County constituents.
You're very welcome. Glad to have you. So let's first talk about vote by mail. I think they went out, about a week plus ago?
No, actually, we commenced mailing ballots on September 24th. That is the statutory requirement. So we start mailing them on that Saturday and then progress through the week. We mail them usually by town, but we continue to mail ballots every day because we continue to receive requests every day. So.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I actually just got mine on Saturday, but be that as it may, if people have a preference to vote by mail, could you just tell us how they could proceed to do so and how they could request a ballot if they haven't gotten one yet?
Yeah, so in Hudson County, there are 3 ways to vote. You can vote by mail, you can vote early, or of course you can vote at the polls on Election Day. If you wish to vote by mail, it's a simple Google search, vote by mail New Jersey. It'll direct you to the state website. You click on the county in which you live, which here is Hudson. You print out the form and you mail it back to our office, or you can call our office and we'll mail you an application. As long as we receive it as long as it is postmarked by November 1st, we would mail you a ballot. Or you can come to the Hudson County Clerk's office up until the day before Election Day to request to vote by mail in person. So either we can mail it to you, you can come in person, you can authorize a messenger, but if you wish to vote by mail and you call our office, we will find a way to help you.
All right. And and if you mail it back, as long as it's postmarked November 8th, it's still good, right?
November 8th at 8 p.m. Yes, as long as it is postmarked by then, the Board of Elections has to count your ballot.
Okay, very good. And, people are doing that, and they're also dropping off in the ballot boxes. So, locations throughout the county, throughout the state, of course, but just tell us how people can find those locations. And
So what we did, because elections are so involved and there's so much election website, the Hudson County Clerk's Office made a website that is dedicated to election information. It's vote.hcnj.us. And if you go to that website, it has how to do a vote by mail, where the ballot box drop locations are, information on if you want to be a poll worker. It's like our elections hub, and we update that. So we have a general election on November 8th, which is what we're talking about today. But the minute that's over, we'll start updating it with the next election information. So it's always up to date. It's got all the information you need. It's got the contact information for the clerk, for the superintendent of elections, the Board of Elections. It's like your Hudson County one-stop election information center.
all right, great. So we talked a couple months ago, and you guys were recruiting some election workers, and looks like the pay is up a little bit this year. How many people are you hiring, and do you still have a need for that?
So we will always take poll workers because things happen on election day. Maybe somebody's sick or their plans change or somebody doesn't show up, unfortunately. So we're always recruiting poll workers. The pay is $300 per day, and you work from 5:30 in the morning until the polls close. We are still looking for poll workers, so if you're interested, again, you can visit that vote.hcnj.us and fill out the poll worker application, and someone will give you a call and assign you a location. And yes, we are definitely and always recruiting poll workers.
All right, very good. So, look, it's not a secret to New Jersey voters that, the voter base was pretty apathetic in June, right? It was only a 9.6% turnout. It's not the most exciting ballot in the world. So, is there anything that you guys have been doing to try to bolster turnout? Obviously, it's not necessarily your job, but.
So I think every election is exciting and every election is the most important election, right? And I believe your vote is your voice and everyone should cast their vote. So what we've been doing is working alongside both the Democratic chair and the Republican chair to make sure that they have the up-to-date and accurate information, voter registration deadlines, how people can register for a vote by mail. So we've really been reaching out and also doing a lot of, what we've done this election a lot is social media outreach. So we don't just want to reach the Democrats and the Republicans, we're trying to reach the progressives, everyone, because what we want is for people to vote. We want the voter turnout to be 100%. It's never going to be that, but we are always actively trying to find ways to engage voters. So if you look at our Hudson County Clerk social media, Bong in our office, who is in charge of that, does a robust campaign around voting, ways to vote, voter information, and we try to just make sure people are informed, and we're reaching out to everybody. So one of the things we did this year that we hadn't done before is reach out to you to help us with the poll worker recruitment. I know some people had said they didn't know about poll workers, so we're trying to reach out to media, we're trying to use social media, and just any way we can to reach out to voters. Some of the schools contacted us about having someone from the elections division, whether it be our office, the SOE, or the BOE, go out and speak to high school seniors so that they could get registered to vote. So we love to talk about voting. We love to talk about early voting, vote by mail. So it's really an open invitation for anybody that we can help. That's our job. We're here to serve the community, and however we can, we try to do that.
All right, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere yet. We're just going to take one more break. We'll be right back.
Oh, I forgot to say we were doing.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Hi, I'm Joyce Waterman, your Jersey City Council President. Do you know there is a misconception about the Jersey City tax bill? As the Council President, I want it clear I'm only responsible for the city's budget. I have no authority over the Jersey City public school budget. None whatsoever. The last couple of years, the taxes went up due to the increase in the Jersey City Board of Ed budget. It has nothing to do with Jersey City. We need to come together and begin to make the Board of Ed accountable. Not only are our taxes unnecessarily high because of the increase in the school budget, but the United States Department of Education has determined that the state of New Jersey underfunded our district. Yes, we are underfunded. We, as residents, need to come together and raise our voice and ask the Board of Ed to be accountable and also ask the state to be accountable. I'm Joyce Waterman, and now you know.
Paid for by Jersey City. Make it better.
Hudson County View live and uncut. Chad Arhitis, and we're still here with Hudson County Supervisor of Elections, Brittani Bunney. So, Brittany, I know you also wanted to mention something about this outreach program with NJCU.
Yeah, so this year, one of the NJCU reached out to us. So Hudson County is unique in the sense that we're one of the only counties that has the clerk, the superintendent of elections, and the board of elections in the same building, and we're also on the same floor. So if we had more time, I would explain the functions of each of the three offices. But NJCU reached out to us to do a class with, I believe it's their junior and senior political science majors, about how elections work. So they come in once or twice a month and actually learn. Elections are really interesting and exciting, and there's a lot that goes into them. And so these students are getting a first-hand look at what goes into elections and how to run a successful election. And actually, some of them are so interested they signed up to be a poll worker to learn what that's like. And interestingly enough, one of the things that just passed in the state legislature is that college students who work as poll workers are entitled to college credit for doing so.
Oh, that is a fun fact that I was not aware
Yeah.
of. So let's also talk about early voting, something that's been the trend the past couple years. So how can people vote early, and where can they find that polling location?
Okay, so early voting, there are 10 locations in Hudson County. You can vote anywhere you are in the county, you can vote at that polling location. So if you live in Weehawken but you want to vote in Union City, you can absolutely do that. If you live in Hoboken but you're in Jersey City for some reason, you can vote early in Jersey City. So it's open to residents of the county at all 10 locations. Early voting starts this Saturday, October 29th, and it runs through Sunday, November 6th. Early voting is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8, Saturday 10 to 8, and Sunday 10 to 6.
All right, simple enough in theory. Hopefully it goes smoothly, but based on the recent turnout, should be fine, right?
So the goal of early voting just started last year, and the goal of early voting is to make it easier to vote, to make it more accessible for people to vote, so maybe people who have to work on election day have an alternative to voting. So ideally it would increase voter turnout. We haven't seen that yet in Hudson, but in other states where they've implemented early voting, it's taken years for it to work the way it was intended to. So.
Okay, point taken. So quickly, let's go over the ballot. I mean, we have Congress at the top. You have your Hudson County Clerk, Hudson County Sheriff, Board of Education. Any other notations, additional notes you want to add to that?
There are some local races. So East Newark has a local race. Guttenberg has a local race.
For council?
Yeah, for council. Kearney has a local race. I don't want to forget. Sea Caucus has a local race.
Harrison Mayor, right?
Harrison has mayor and and council. So there is, Congress is the top of your ticket, then you have county sheriff, as you mentioned, county clerk, and then Bayonne has Board of Ed, Hoboken, Jersey City, I'm blanking.
So caucus.
Sea Caucus has Board of Ed, and I believe Kearney.
Okay.
So you've got Board of Ed races throughout the county. In some of the municipalities, you've got local elections, and obviously Congress is the top of the ticket, so.
So as you mentioned a few moments ago, we don't have time to talk about, every election function, but could you maybe break it down for us? What does the Board of Elections do on election day versus what does the clerk's office do on election day, and how are they separate, and how do they also work together?
So like I said, we're unique in Hudson because all three offices are in the same building. We're in the same floor. We're at Hudson County Plaza. We are open to the public, so if anyone wants to visit us, they could. The So the clerk's office we are in charge of the ballots. We are in charge of vote by mails, and on election day, we are responsible for the results. The Board of Elections is responsible for setting up the polling locations, assigning the poll workers, and all that. And then the Superintendent of Elections office, they handle voter registrations, voter updates, and then on election day, they're in charge of the machines and all of the voting hardware. So, but on election day, we all work together. It's all hands on deck, and it's whatever we have to do. So if we're answering phones, if we're visiting polling locations because there's a problem. Oh, the superintendent is also in charge of inspectors. So if you have an issue at a polling location or somebody's campaigning too close to the building, you would call the superintendent of elections office and they would dispatch an inspector. So
Do you have that number offhand?
So SOE is out in the field a lot. Board of Elections is out in the field a lot. So on election day, my staff answers the phone. So our phone number, I just wrote it, it's 201-369-3470, option 6. Any election day issues, you can call us and we will get you to the right person and make sure that your issue is dealt with in a timely and professional manner.
Great. So other than that, I think we covered a wide breadth of topics. The only other thing is, the clerk's office, they do the running tally on election day, X amount of the voted, this person's leading, this person's losing, whatever.
Yes.
So some people, over the years, they're always like, I'm refreshing, it's 8:30, it's 9:30, nothing's coming up. So anything you can tell us on that?
Yeah, so this is our last year of the Dominion machines. Next year we're switching to ES&S machines, but so right now it's a cartridge-based system. So we're relying on the cartridges to get back to us. We have to put them, it's almost like an old school Nintendo machine that we put the cartridge in. It reads the results. Then we have to combine it with the vote by mail totals and the early voting numbers, which is not as simple as it sounds. So we read the cartridges and then we do a data merge and then we upload it to the CITL, which is who does our election night reporting, and then we refresh it. So we start getting results at 8 o'clock, but it's constantly refreshed. And I always tell people election results are not final until the clerk certifies the election, which is not until this year, November 26th. So all results are partial until it says finals, because we don't open provisionals on election night. We have to count vote by mails for up to anything that was postmarked November 8th, so those could come in for a week after elections. So until the clerk certifies the election, it's not the final results.
All right, Brittany, thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Don't go anywhere just yet. We'll be right back.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Not everyone celebrates the birth of a baby. You have options. Don't panic. New Jersey has safe havens for unwanted infants. Leave the baby with staff at any hospital, ER, police or fire station, or rescue squad. Call the number on your screen for safe haven locations or go to www.njsafehaven.org. No shame, no blame, no names. Safe Haven.
This thing rips! Oh, it's so quick. There's a lot of punch packed into this Bronco Sport. It's got a ton of horsepower. I love it. All right, now we're getting hairy. Now we're getting the fun stuff. Yeah. I like how we can get over or around almost anything.
Yeah, I dig your ride. I super dig it. It's gonna be a good day.
Growing up can be tough on kids. So much is going on in the world that can cause depression or anxiety. Unusual behavior for more than 6 months could mean they need help. Don't wait. For real-time mental health support and counseling, call New Jersey's Children's System of Care. CSOC offers free mental health supports, substance use treatment, and services for intellectual or developmental disabilities for all kids up to age 21. Call now, 1-877-652-7624.
Introducing the all-new Ford Maverick. A truck for people who do stuff. And people who make stuff. People like Gabrielle Union.
I make this look good, don't I?
Who haul whatever they want to wherever they want. Like wood to build things made of wood with. And friends to get weird with. It's for long trips that the standard hybrid engine with a targeted EPA estimated city fuel economy rating of 40 miles per gallon helps with. That an 8-inch touchscreen connects with. And any trip that this interior makes more comfortable. But we'll let Gabrielle tell you all about it.
Or I could just tell them it's a Ford truck that starts at less than $20,000 MSRP.
Yep, that works too. The all-new Ford Maverick. Built to defy expectations.
Bring 150 around front, please.
We designed the F-150 to be tough. And we delivered on towing and payload like you'd expect. We also made it smart, starting with an available hybrid powertrain. This engine also allows you to use your truck as a high-wattage generator. It's the kind of capability that a truck owner's really never had before.
The Ford Maverick is a smaller truck, but the available 2.0-liter EcoBoost engine has plenty of horsepower and torque and allows you to tow all kinds of stuff. And if you need to take the Maverick out past city limits, there's select drive mode to take on different terrains, as well as the FX4 off-road package with all-wheel drive.